The WNBA world thought it had seen it all, until Chloe Kitts broke her silence. It started with a cryptic Instagram post, just 2 words, "I'm back." No context, no caption, no explanation. But for fans of South Carolina basketball and rising WNBA scouts alike, it was enough to send shockwaves through the timeline. The comments exploded. Donna's master plan? CHLOEVs, Aaliyah round 2. She never left flushed face. But what no one knew, until now, was the real reason behind her sudden disappearance from public play, and the even more shocking strategy coach Dawn Staley had been building in total silence. Behind the scenes, jealousy festered, rivalries intensified, and Chloe, she was spiraling. Sources close to the team leaked unaired footage of a locker room breakdown, tears, screams, and one name being shouted again and again: Paige. As Paige Buchers made her dominance known on the international stage with Team USA, Chloe's name began fading from the draft boards. Until now. Because what Chloe is planning isn't just a comeback, it's a reclamation. A storm is brewing in South Carolina, one that could shake the WNBA landscape to its core. But here's the wild part. Dawn Staley's silence hasn't been passive, it's been calculated. Because this isn't just about one player returning. It's about dismantling the current WNBA hierarchy, one shocking betrayal at a time. And if you thought Caitlyn versus Angel was messy, you haven't seen what Chloe's about to unleash. Chloe Kitts wasn't supposed to vanish. A 5-star recruit with a frame built for modern basketball, Kitts had been the quiet storm in Dawn Staley's arsenal. While the media drooled over Aaliyah Boston, while Caitlin Clark pulled logo threes and Angel Reese flexed on TikTok, Chloe stayed in the background, working, waiting, watching. But here's what they never told you. Chloe Kitts was never meant to be a background player. She was promised development, promised growth, promised the system would make her unstoppable. But in closed-door practices, that promise cracked. Kelsey Mitchell once told a teammate, "She's all wingspan, no bite." That quote, it made its way back to Chloe. Word for word, it stung. But the worst was yet to come. In her second year, Chloe watched as the offense was rebuilt around Aaliyah. Again, the same Aaliyah Boston who once mentored her, now iced her out of the paint and dominated the locker room hierarchy. Teammates noticed it. Whispers turned to gossip. The divide between Boston and Kitts wasn't just professional, it was personal. Chloe confided in one person, her roommate, a walk-on who would later leak everything to a Twitter page that exploded overnight. The page posted screen recordings of Chloe venting via voice notes. "She looks at me like I'm a charity case, like I'm just a maybe next year project." That phrase trended for 2 days. When the coaching staff confronted Chloe, she denied it. But she knew the damage was done. Her trust? Shattered. Dawn Staley, usually Chloe's fiercest advocate, stopped calling plays for her in crunch time. One game, Chloe logged 90 seconds of playing time. The next day, she was a no-show at practice. No explanation, no message, just silence. Media outlets ran with it. Kitts' vanishing act? ESPNW, star or ghost? The Athletic, is Dawn Staley done with Chloe Kitts? YouTube, even Caitlin Clark was asked about it post-game. Her answer? "I mean, I'd never disappear mid-season, but hey, that's not my team." That clip went viral. 8 million views. In the background, Chloe unraveled. A source close to her family revealed she considered transferring twice. But she didn't want to leave, not because of loyalty, because she wanted to prove everyone wrong on their turf. But that chip on her shoulder, it turned toxic. At one Team USA camp, a source claims Kitts refused to pass to Aaliyah Boston during scrimmage drills. Coaches separated them. Again, that same week, Dawn Staley pulled her aside. Not for discipline, for something deeper. A plan. This is where the story pivots, because Dawn didn't give up on Chloe. Instead, she gave her an ultimatum: disappear, go ghost, let the world forget you, so you can return as something they can't ignore. That's when Chloe left the public eye, deleted Twitter, vanished from TikTok, even scrubbed her Instagram. Only one post remained, a black screen with the words, "I'm not done." What fans didn't know was that during those 8 months of silence, Chloe wasn't inactive, she was rebuilding. Psychologically, physically, socially. She relocated to a private training compound in Arizona run by a former WNBA player who demanded NDAs from every trainer and guest. No leaks, no footage, no distractions. Except one. An anonymous Reddit user posted a blurry video of a 62 forward crossing over a G League player and dunking with one hand. The caption, "Pretty sure this is Chloe Kitts, and she's different now." The internet exploded again, but Chloe said nothing. Until now. And just when fans began to wonder if she'd ever return to South Carolina, if she'd ever wear that jersey again, something else happened. She showed up at an invite-only scrimmage unannounced. The guest list included WNBA elites, Aja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, and yes, Aaliyah Boston. What happened next hasn't been fully confirmed, but 3 sources say it went like this. Aaliyah passed Chloe the ball on a post switch. Chloe caught it and threw it right back at her chest. Hard, then turned and drained a jumper from the elbow. Silence, then tension, then a stare down that no one dared interrupt. Chloe left that scrimmage early. No handshake, no smile, but a camera caught her mouthing 2 words, "Watch me." Later that night, she posted the now infamous 2-word Instagram, "I'm back." But the part that's shocking fans the most, she's not returning to South Carolina alone. There's another player involved in this comeback. Someone who hasn't been seen publicly in months. Someone who has their own unfinished business with the league. Someone whose return could turn the WNBA draft board into a war zone. And Chloe, she's already hinted at it. In the comments section of her post, she replied to just one message. From Paige Buchers, the comment, "They don't know what's coming." And Chloe's response, "Let's give them something to remember." What comes next changes everything. It was supposed to be a routine media day. The South Carolina Gamecocks were prepping for their fall exhibition schedule, the gym buzzing with reporters, cameras, and fan bloggers. Dawn Staley made her rounds, composed as ever. Aaliyah Boston, now back to mentor the incoming class during the WNBA offseason, stood courtside, smiling, answering questions about her WNBA transition. Everything was calm, until the lights cut out mid-interview. Phones lit up first, confused murmurs, a beat, then a spotlight hit center court, and Chloe Kitts walked out, full uniform. No music, no smile, just eyes locked on one person. Aaliyah Boston. Reporters gasped. Someone dropped their camera. The silence cracked when ESPN's Andrea Carter whispered on a hot mic, "This wasn't on the schedule." But Chloe's reappearance wasn't a stunt. It was a statement. Standing alone under the lights, Chloe pulled a mic from her pocket and said, "This isn't a comeback. It's a correction. You pushed me out, Aaliyah. You froze me out. And now I'm done waiting." Social media didn't just catch fire, it melted. Chloe Kitts trended globally within the hour. TikTokers spliced her walkout with clips of her blocked shots, her silenced stat lines, her voice notes from the leak. Twitter lit up with side-by-side comparisons. Chloe vs. Aaliyah. Dawn in the middle, but it wasn't over. Later that night, Paige Buchers posted a 3-word story, "Flying out now." The photo, a boarding pass to Columbia, South Carolina. The comment section imploded. Is she joining Dawn? Is this a transfer? PAIGE plus CHLOE equals WNBA apocalypse, but Paige wasn't transferring. She was showing up for reasons no one had predicted. Because behind the scenes, another plan had been quietly forming, one not led by Dawn Staley, but by Kathy Engelbert. The WNBA commissioner had grown tired of the league's narrative being dominated by Clark versus Reese. Despite their undeniable draw, the constant pitting of 2 polarizing figures was burning the fan base out. Engagements were dropping. Jersey sales plateaued. Even players started to push back. And so, Kathy began initiating quiet recruitment summits, meetings with underused or overshadowed college talent. The goal? To rebuild the league's core by fostering new rivalries, deeper psychological storylines, and media-savvy drama queens who could play ball and break feeds. Guess who topped her list? Chloe Kitts. Guess who was second? Paige Buchers. Their reunion at South Carolina wasn't coincidence. It was engineered. Multiple sources have confirmed that a new nil super agency, backed by a silent WNBA investor, offered Chloe and Paige a dual brand deal worth over $2 million. The catch, Chloe had to ignite a personal rivalry with Aaliyah. Paige had to act as media bait, appearing unannounced, triggering reactions, and weaponizing her silence to build tension. They agreed. Fully. But what neither of them expected was how real it would all become. Because when Paige landed in Colombia and walked into the practice gym, Aaliyah was waiting. Alone, arms crossed. According to leaked footage from a gym assistant, the confrontation went like this. Aaliyah, this is your game now? Paige, no, this is our story. Aaliyah, you think Chloe's ready for what's coming? Paige, no, I think you're not. Cut to black. Back in the locker room, Staley found herself losing grip of the narrative. Her players were divided, half siding with Chloe's emotional fallout, half loyal to Aaliyah's unspoken authority. Practices turned chaotic. Scrimmages ended in verbal brawls. Even Kelsey Mitchell, visiting as a veteran mentor, posted a cryptic tweet, "This ain't hoops anymore, it's war." The pressure was rising fast. And Dawn, for the first time in her coaching career, was watching her dynasty fracture. Then came the first official preseason game. Chloe Kitts started. Aaliyah Boston came off the bench. The crowd was stunned. ESPN broke the news with a 2-minute countdown graphic. WNBA players live tweeted in real time. Skylar Diggins-Smith posted a popcorn emoji. Aja Wilson tweeted simply, "Dawn don't play." But the game. That's when everything erupted. Within the first 5 minutes, Chloe had racked up 2 blocks, 1 put-back dunk, and a stare-down that brought the crowd to its feet. Paige sat front row, sunglasses on, camera in hand. Aaliyah checked in mid-second quarter. On her first possession, she demanded the ball in the post. Chloe guarded her. 1 spin move, elbow contact, no whistle. Aaliyah scored and yelled, "Too small." Chloe's response, a hard shove on the inbound. Technical foul. The crowd split down the middle. The ref chaos was nothing compared to what was happening online. Twitter X threads exploded. Reddit livestreams labeled it the scrimmage from hell. TikTok montages compared their footwork, shot selection, and trash talk frame by frame. The WNBA's official account clipped the shove and posted, "We don't endorse violence, but eyes." But it wasn't just a beef anymore. After the game, reporters surrounded Chloe. She leaned into the mic and said one sentence, "Aaliyah's era is over, period." Cue the twist. Aaliyah didn't respond to the media. She waited 48 hours, then dropped a podcast episode with the Players Lounge titled, "The Lie Behind the Legacy." In it, she revealed a staggering accusation. Chloe begged me to co-sign her draft appeal last year. She wanted out. Said she was ready for the W, but I said no, because she was. This whole war, it's her revenge for me telling the truth. The internet detonated. Screenshots emerged of old DMs between the two. Messages like, "If you speak up, they'll listen. You're the only one who can say I'm ready. I'll do anything to get out of here." Suddenly, Chloe's comeback didn't look like justice. It looked like vengeance. Fans turned. Some still backed her with hashtags like "Let Chloe Cook" and "Team Kits." Others turned vicious, accusing her of faking her breakdown, manipulating the system, and using Paige as a media distraction. Meanwhile, Paige was nowhere to be found. No tweets, no posts, no comments, until one moment changed everything. An ESPN anchor revealed on live TV that Paige had signed a pre-draft commitment contract, not with the WNBA, but with Team USA. That contract drafts her directly into Olympic training, effectively bypassing the 2026 WNBA draft, meaning she and Chloe will never play together professionally. Paige had known this the whole time. She had never come to join Chloe. She came to capitalize on her implosion. And Chloe, she never saw it coming, because the person she trusted the most was the one orchestrating her biggest betrayal. And now, Chloe's world is collapsing. 3 days after the Paige Bucher's betrayal dropped, Chloe Kitts deactivated her Instagram. Her TikTok gone. Her ex account wiped clean except for one retweet from months ago. Trust no one. Loyalty is an illusion. The WNBA community wasn't quiet. Not this time. Aaliyah Boston posted a photo of her Olympic training jersey with the caption, "Earned, not engineered." Angel Reese went live on TikTok, answering fan questions when someone asked about Chloe and Paige. Her response, she smirked and said, "That's why I roll solo. Too many snakes in this league." Caitlin Clark jumped in hours later on ESPN's Get Up, calling the whole saga entertaining but sad, adding, "This league is built on trust. Some people burn it for views." The implication, clear, and Chloe, she was suddenly alone. But what no one realized was this: she wasn't done. Because while Paige Buchers was boarding a flight to Team USA training camp in Colorado, Chloe was already in New York in a closed-door meeting with Kathy Engelbert. Insiders revealed that the meeting was supposed to be symbolic, a debrief of the failed media experiment. Instead, Chloe brought a flash drive. On it, 17 minutes of unreleased practice footage from South Carolina dating back to her second year. The footage wasn't flattering for Aaliyah. It showed her berating freshman players during drills, snubbing assistant coaches, refusing to run team sets when Chloe was on the floor, and at one point, explicitly calling Chloe the weak link. During a scrimmage, the drive ended with Chloe turning to the camera and saying, "Tell me again how I'm the problem." Kathy watched in silence. Her response, "Do you want to speak at the commissioner's forum?" That moment changed everything. Chloe went from outcast to insider again. 3 days later, Chloe took the stage at the WNBA Commissioners Forum. She didn't wear her team colors. She wore black. Her opening words, "This league wants raw stories, well, here's mine." For 12 uninterrupted minutes, Chloe laid it bare. The betrayal, the manipulation, the silent politics, the favoritism. She never said Aaliyah's name. She didn't have to. She ended with this, "I was never trying to start drama. I was trying to survive it. And if you think I'm the only one with a story like this, you're not listening." The room was dead silent. Cameras panned to Kathy Engelbert nodding. The WNBA officially reposted the speech. Comments exploded. "Respect. Chloe just exposed the machine. This ain't South Carolina anymore." But the real twist hadn't hit yet, because during that exact hour, Paige Buchers was pulled from Team USA media availability due to a private league matter. The reason? Someone leaked her contract addendum, an agreement showing that Paige's Team USA deal had a media clause, requiring her to cultivate and enhance narrative tension during Chloe Kitts' return. The phrase "enhance narrative tension" trended for days. Chloe's fans were vindicated. Paige, shredded by the public. Former WNBA MVP Alina Del Don tweeted, "We're not characters, we're players," someone remind her. In response, Paige finally broke her silence with one sentence on Threads, "You don't make history by playing nice." The post got over 2 million likes and 3 million hate comments. Meanwhile, Dawn Staley found herself cornered. Reporters flooded her pressers. "Did you know Paige's appearance was a media stunt? Was Chloe your pawn in a bigger play? Is the locker room completely fractured?" Her answer? A long pause. Then, "Sometimes you try to protect players, and they weaponize the protection." Again, she never said names, but Chloe knew, and so did Aaliyah. And just when it seemed like the drama had reached its peak, Chloe dropped a teaser. A 14-second trailer. Muted highlights. Snippets of training. Overlaid text. "You saw the show, now meet the player." The final frame, a blurred image of her in a Las Vegas Aces practice jersey. The internet lost it. Was she declaring early for the draft? No, worse. She had secretly been signed as a hardship contract player. Insiders confirmed. The Aces used a rarely enforced clause to sign a college player midseason for 10 days due to injury replacements. And Dawn Staley had no idea. In fact, Chloe had kept it from everyone at South Carolina until the announcement dropped on ESPN. Aaliyah Boston posted a single emoji. Hourglass Not Done Caitlin Clark reposted the Aces tweet with LFG fire, but the locker room in South Carolina detonated. Dawn held an emergency meeting. She reportedly told the team, "No one plays for me and for the league at the same time. You choose." Chloe chose. She packed her locker and walked out. Video captured the moment she passed Aaliyah in the hallway. They locked eyes. Neither flinched. Aaliyah muttered, "Now you're just a storyline." Chloe answered, "And you're just the past." But the real twist, after Chloe's first Aces scrimmage, head coach Becky Hammon was asked about her. She smiled and said, "She's better than advertised. She's got something to prove, and I love that." The WNBA account posted the clip with the caption, "The revenge arc continues." But in the background, a new player was watching. One who hadn't spoken publicly once. One who trained quietly all summer. Paige Buchers. The final seconds of Chloe's trailer, a voicemail plays under the footage. It's Paige's voice. "You still think I betrayed you, but Chloe, that was just the opening act." Cut to black. By the time Chloe Kitts took her first official step onto a WNBA court in a Las Vegas Aces jersey, the league wasn't watching her. They were watching the ripple she'd become. Fans weren't cheering. They were choosing sides. Outside the arena, protesters held signs. WNBA is not reality TV. Team Aaliyah forever. PAIGBUECKERS is a plant inside. Entire rows wore black shirts with bold white text. Let Kitts cook, even league veterans were clashing. Breena Stewart tweeted, "Draft rules exist for a reason." Alyssa Thomas fired back, and so does silence. Chloe just broke both. Every commentator tried to make sense of it. Jemele Hill called Chloe the anti-hero of the WNBA. Stephen A. Smith barked on First Take, "This isn't just basketball, this is a civil war in sneakers." But the loudest voices came from where the pain started, South Carolina. Dawn Staley opened her next presser not with game stats, but with a statement. "I've coached champions, I've coached leaders, but I've never coached someone who took the playbook and lit it on fire in front of me." The media sat frozen. Aaliyah Boston reposted that clip with the quote, "We move with class, always." But Chloe, she posted nothing. Not a stat line, not a comment, not even a selfie, until she did. One image. A mirror selfie in her Aces locker room, a single caption, "Don't clap, just reload." Within 30 minutes, she hit 1 million likes. But while fans rallied or raged, the emotional damage ran deeper than anyone expected. Inside the Aces, veterans were divided. One unnamed player told Bleacher Report, "She's got the skill, no doubt, but the vibe she brings, it's scorched earth." Another, "We're not babysitters, we're winners. She needs to decide which one she's here to be." Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers remained eerily quiet. Her reps denied interview requests. Team USA pulled her from the first media day of training camp, citing mental recovery and adjustment. But behind the scenes, sources say Paige sent Chloe a private letter, 4 pages, handwritten. No media ever saw it. Chloe burned it. Literally. A now-deleted TikTok showed a piece of paper catching fire in a Vegas alleyway. Her caption, "Not all ghosts get exorcised, some get incinerated." The clip was screen-recorded before deletion. Fans dissected the handwriting. Was it Paige S? Was this a stunt? Was Chloe spiraling? Meanwhile, South Carolina's season imploded. With Chloe gone, team chemistry collapsed. Their defensive rating tanked. Assistant coaches fought over rotations. A freshman forward requested a mid-season transfer. Dawn Staley, stoic as ever, finally cracked. Post-game, after a brutal loss to Tennessee, she stared down the camera and said, "This isn't what I built. This is what betrayal built." Aaliyah's public response, "I left to grow, Chloe left to trend." But here, what shocked even the most cynical fans, Kathy Engelbert backed Chloe. Again, at the next league media event, Kathy stepped up and said, "We don't silence voices, we showcase them. Chloe's story is difficult, but it's honest, and this league needs honesty." Backlash was immediate. Boycott WNBA trended. Veteran players threatened a private union meeting to protest media exploitation. Angel Reese tweeted, "If we're not careful, this league's gonna look like Love and Basketball meets Survivor." But amid all this chaos, Chloe Kitts kept playing and winning. Her third game with the Aces, 17 points, 3 blocks, 2 threes, a game-winning defensive stop. She was proving she belonged. But belonging doesn't heal betrayal. And behind the scenes, Chloe was breaking. Close sources reported she was battling sleepless nights, panic attacks, and refusing team therapy sessions. In one now-leaked voice message, Chloe confides to a friend, "I thought revenge would fix me, but it just made everything louder. Paige was right, I'm just the opening act in someone else's circus." But before the friend could respond, Chloe hung up. And yet, a deeper fracture had already begun forming. Because Paige Bueckers wasn't the only one with secrets. A new clip surfaced, this time from Paige's Team USA scrimmage. In the background, a mic picked up Paige saying something under her breath during a timeout. "I told Chloe the story. I didn't think she'd live it." Commentators didn't catch it, but fans did, and suddenly, the entire foundation of Chloe's rebellion was suspect. Had she been set up? Was this rivalry planted? And if Paige was just telling the story, who was really writing it? Because as fans were about to find out, this wasn't just Chloe's comeback. It was someone else's masterpiece. 3 weeks later, the WNBA held its highest-rated regular season game in 5 years. The Las Vegas Aces faced off against the Indiana Fever. But it was Caitlin Clark that stole the pregame headlines. It was the unannounced presence of Paige Bueckers, sitting courtside in a neutral white hoodie. No logo, no affiliation, just one word printed across the back: narrator. Social media went feral. Narrator of what? Is this a confession? Bueckers is the real villain? But the real twist wasn't in the stands. It happened at halftime. Just before the buzzer, Chloe Kitts collided midair with Kelsey Mitchell under the rim. Hard fall. Trainers rushed in. Chloe didn't get up. Silence in the arena. Paige didn't move. Chloe was stretchered off the court, her face stone cold, jaw clenched. Fans screamed. Phones recorded every second. The league issued a medical update within the hour. Knee sprain, severity unknown. But behind the curtain, something else happened. A medical assistant, new to the Aces, leaked a clipboard photo from the training room. On it, a name scrawled under emergency contact in Chloe's handwriting: Paige Bueckers. The public imploded again. They were enemies. They were rivals. They were storyline weapons. So why was Paige still listed as Chloe's contact? The answer came in the form of an email. A massive leak hit Reddit, dropped anonymously from a burner account titled at WNBA Files. The email was internal, between Paige's rep and a top media exec. Dated before Chloe's comeback. Bueckers will initiate Phase 1, reappearance. Kitts will emotionally respond. If effective, Paige to re-engage around Week 5 for narrative redirection. Objective: position both athletes for divergent arcs and eventual realignment. Key term: manufactured rivalry to authentic reconciliation. Fans were stunned. This wasn't just organic chaos. It was scripted emotional warfare. All of it, the betrayal, the silence, the fallout, engineered for virality. But who signed off? Who gave this plan life? Enter Kathy Engelbert. 2 days later, an emergency press conference was called. Kathy addressed the leak. Her voice was steady. Her message? Anything but simple. This league has always been about basketball, but basketball doesn't live in a vacuum. Fans want stories. Athletes deserve platforms. And if we can elevate both at the same time, we will. She didn't confirm the emails. She didn't deny them either. Chloe, still silent. Until one night, 3 weeks post-injury, she went live on TikTok. No makeup, hoodie, raw. 60,000 fans joined in 10 seconds. She said only this: everyone used me to write their story. Paige, Dawn, the league, but I'm done reading scripts. I'm the one holding the pen now. Then she pulled out a document, a legal envelope, opened it slowly. The camera zoomed in on the letterhead, Notice of NCAA Reinstatement Application. Meaning, Chloe Kitts is trying to return to college, but not to South Carolina. Her final words: "You want the real plot twist? I'm transferring, and you'll never guess who called me first. She wears 10. She's got something to prove, and she's ready to build an empire." Then the live cut out. Fans screamed. Who is number 10 Empire season incoming? Chloe transfer speculation raged. But insiders started connecting dots. Because you know who wears 10? Hailey Van Lith, the transfer queen, the media maven, the one who's been quiet during this entire saga. Until now, hours later, Hailey tweeted just 3 words: "Pick up, Chloe." And in the background of that tweet, a photo of 2 jerseys hanging side by side. 10, 21. The empire is forming. The league is panicking. And the story? Far from over. This isn't just basketball anymore. This is the future of the WNBA, unfolding in real time, with names like Chloe Kitts, Paige Bueckers, and Hailey Van Lith rewriting the rules of competition, loyalty, and legacy, on and off the court. If you thought this saga was finished, think again. The storylines aren't slowing down, they're accelerating. Rivalries are no longer confined to game clocks. Careers are being shaped by every tweet, every leaked message, every camera flash. And fans, you're not just spectators anymore. You're part of this. The pressure you apply on social media, the hashtags you push to trend, the content you choose to amplify, that's what's driving the league now. Every reaction feeds the machine. Every opinion adds heat to the fire. You're not watching the story, you're co-writing it. So here's what you do next. Flood the comments. Who do you believe? Team Chloe, Team Aaliyah, or Team Paige? Tag your squad. Start the debate. This is your era of basketball storytelling. Subscribe now if you haven't, because the next video, it's going to blow the lid off what Hailey Van Lith just leaked in a private group chat. Turn on notifications, because Khloe's reinstatement hearing is happening next week, and we've got sources inside the room. Drop a comment if you want the full breakdown of the leaked Nil Empire deal Khloe is rumored to be structuring with an ex-NBA investor. Yes, it's real. This is no longer a highlight reel. It's a high-stakes war of influence, identity, and control. And the game has only just begun. Fire like, repeat button share, loudspeaker speak up, because the league isn't ready. But we are, and Khloe, she's coming. Subscribe, stay loud, stay locked in, because you won't believe what happens next. Because you won't believe what happens next.